How do you assess that, Banks, who are in control for a lot of the day? But,
Yeah, look, we came to the game wanting to put the game out of their reach as quickly as we possibly could, and I thought we did that in the first quarter. That was important. A young team like them, they just want to get a little bit of hope on the road, as they got last week against St Kilda at home. We were aware of that, so I thought it was a really professional performance early in the game. You know, all of our pressure, our tackling, our hunt, everything was where we wanted it to be. And for the rest of the day, you know, outside of inaccuracy, it was a pretty strong, even performance across 4 quarters. I mean, we had 8 shots in the second, 9 in the third, 9 in the last, 36 shots to 10. It's pretty comprehensive. It's probably not as many points on the scoreboard as you'd necessarily like, but they don't always look at that.
Did you say, I think it was at half-time, that you were a bit disappointed with some easy ball or easy passage that they were getting? A lot of marks. I
thought in the second quarter they just took too many intercept marks and probably gave away a few free kicks as well, which allowed them to play that uncontested marking game that they wanted to do. We did a good job on the first quarter of not allowing that, and they only had 12, which is a low number for them, but in the second quarter they had 40. We were a little bit better after half-time, but it was the way that they were trying to play. To be fair, they were just trying to possess the ball as a way of defending in a sense. So we'll get some learnings about how to defend that. I mean, we had a fair few uncontested marks ourselves, and I thought we penetrated. I didn't think they penetrated so much. They sort of went sideways and backwards, but not necessarily forward. So that was all I was talking about there.
Yeah. When you have got the game in hand like that, what are you trying to achieve in the second half? Like today, what was sort of...
Oh, no, we just wanted to play our way, a trademark game by us.
Yeah.
And I think the pleasing part is that at the end of the day, they had 10 shots on goal. And the thing we've been working so hard on this year has been our team defence. And again, I think it's 3rd or 4th week in a row now where it's been really good. So, funnily enough, in an 80-point win, that's the most pleasing part, to keep them to 10 shots.
And Jack, 6 goals. Nice comeback.
Yeah, it was great for him. It was the anniversary of the passing of his dad too this week, which is why I've got this black armband on, and he wore one as well. So it was good for him to... It would have been an emotional occasion for him, because Jack and his dad, I know, are very close. So he'll get some enjoyment out of doing that today. I think you saw today a bit more of what Jack's capable of. I mean, he's got to keep doing it, and there's sterner tests ahead. But I think you'd agree he moved a whole lot better than what he was before he had the month off. So hopefully it's done him some good. Kicking a few goals will certainly help his confidence. I think he had 15 score involvements today, something like that. So not only did he kick him himself, but he assisted in creating other opportunities for others. So, good outcome.
what are you looking at from him today? We saw the 6 goals and you talked about his movement, but when you were watching him out there, what were you hoping to see today that might catapult him going forward?
Yeah, I just wanted to see him get up the field and get involved in the offence, which I think he did. Yeah. Did he finish with 20 possessions or roughly something like that? So he didn't do all his work inside 50. He did a fair bit of it up the field, which I think the training block has allowed him to get, just find his legs again. He was in this vicious cycle of play, recover, not really train much during the week, and I just felt it was a good idea to give him that 1 month because he is a good athlete. And I think today he feels like the old the athletic Jack is back. So we won't shout it from the rooftops or get too excited by it, but it's certainly a step in the right direction.
And there's obviously, if he does stay in the side, it's a big fortnight ahead for him to really show where he's at against 2 really strong teams in front of him.
Yeah, Melbourne and Geelong. So it's a big fortnight for the club,
yeah.
Full stop, not just for Jack. So, I don't think we've got any injuries today, which is good because we were a bit injured last week after the Richmond game. There were a few blokes that played. I wasn't sure whether they were going to get to the line today either. So we could easily have had 8 changes. We had 4. So everyone got through today, which is good. But we're going to need all our blokes up and going for the next couple of weeks. Looking forward to those games, particularly. Obviously, Melbourne's our first task at the MCG, so that's something we'll really look forward to. And we just got to work out the best team to play on that oval. That's our task this week.
Yeah, you've got to relish that challenge, I guess, going back there. There's not many of them. You don't get many.
No, well, that's our only one, isn't it, for
Until the finals.
till
yeah.
finals. If we get to finals, I think we're probably getting close to being in finals. Probably 12 nearly gets you there. But, yeah, you'd love to be able to play there a bit more than twice a year, but that's all you get, so that's okay. We'll take the opportunity.
Since the Hawks loss, have you had a really close look at particularly the MCG and what you might do differently?
Not really. I haven't, because I still no. I'm not taking anything away from Hawthorn that day. They played well, but we coming off the bye and we didn't play well. So I don't know, because I felt like we were getting better on the MCG last year just by the fact that we were playing on it. You know, we pushed Richmond. Probably could have won that game. Didn't. Had not a very good second half. Won that final against Melbourne there, and obviously the Geelong preliminary final. But we were cooked by that point in time, and they were damn good. So I felt like we made progress on that ground last year, and I'm not as caught up in it as what the whole footy world is, because I've said it 1,000 times. We don't play there much. We haven't played there often over the last 10 or 15 years, and for a lot of those years we weren't much good as a team, so it's no wonder that we lost. And we're playing, when we did play there, we played good teams, because a lot of the MCG teams have been finalists. Hawthorn, Melbourne, Collingwood, they're the teams you play there, good teams, where they play at that ground all the time, a bit like us here. So
Feels like you want the chance.
yeah, look, mate, if we could, I'd play every week for the next 7 weeks on the MCG if we could, but that's not the way it works out. But just for the practice. But we'll just take each opportunity that we're getting. It's a great opportunity next week.
The Eagles coach just said you guys were flag favourites.
Oh, Simo did he? Oh, damn, Simo, he shouldn't say that. We're good friends from our Hawthorn days. He said that, did he?
You did.
Okay. Well, I don't agree, but I think...
Competition's best team, he said.
Did he? I think Collingwood are the best team in the competition. I don't think we are. I think we've got work to do still.
He said you were, part of his reasoning was you're so well organised behind the ball, and that part of your game looks in. Do you feel like at least that part of it's right, that part of your game's in as good an order as it's been in?
I think it has been. I mean, we intercepted well today. Harris Andrews was enormous today with his spawning and intercept marking, but he's a byproduct of the work others do to allow him to do that. So, yeah, it's been, well, it has been good for the last month or so. So I can't argue with you, but we've got to keep it going. And it's really reliant on pressure up the field too.
And growth areas, I mean, you're looking at the youngsters like Ashcroft, Fletcher and Wilmot, they just seem to be growing with each game as well. Yeah,
they're good young players. They sort of, they don't appear to be first-year players. They or in Darcy's case, a second-year player. They look a bit more like seasoned AFL players, which is fortunate for us, and well done by our recruiters. Kyle Oman came on today at the end and showed some stuff, and we got some other young lads. Jimmy Tunstall was an emergency today. Harry Sharp's going to be a good player. Henry Smith was one of our emergencies today, and I think he's going to be a really good ruckman down the track. So we're bringing the youth in, and I think we've got a nice balance in our team at the moment.
I know you've always rated your depth in recent years, but you're going to have some real headaches in the next week, aren't you, with the guys that were out this week that are available?
Yeah.
It feels like it's as deep as you've been.
Well, first of all, I hope they're available so that we've got the problem. But that is part of being a strong footy club, is you've got to have depth, because you never know when injuries are going to come along, and we got them this week, but we were able to bring some good guys in. Jared Lyons played well tonight. Obviously, Jack Gunston did a good job. It was good to have Zorks back. Jimmy Madden showed a bit of dash at different times, and I think he's improved. So it's all about having options. Thanks.